Well, good morning everybody. We got a beautiful day here in Alabama, bright and sunny, going to be almost 80 degrees. I don't know if you guys remember little Hoagie. Hoagie is just a week or two shy of 14. He's starting to get up there a little bit. He's doing pretty good for an old guy. I don't know if you remember him and Angus, the big white retriever that we had. We lost Angus be 3 years ago this summer. We truly miss him. He was like a service dog almost for me. He would go get anything I asked him to go get. He was a great protector and just a big loving baby. Anyway, this morning I've got a couple little things I want to take care of, and let me get you on the tripod here and I'll show you what I'm up to. Hang on for just a second. A little bit of a rough ride. Hang on just a second. There we go. This is BCL David Matsura Paradise. I don't think this plant is but a couple of years old. It's not very large. It's what they call a bag baby at one of the big box stores, but I'm getting ready to repot it, and I thought I'd take you all along and show you what it looks like inside one of these guys, at least here in Alabama. I've got a 6-inch clay pot. I've got some lava rock right here, a little bit of gravel back there. I do like to plant in inert media. I like using lava rock, river rock, pea gravel, that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of bark and moss, and I'm not faulting bark, growing in bark or moss at all. No. I want to make that perfectly clear right up front. That's not what I'm doing. I think everybody should grow how they like to grow, what works best for them, their environment, their style of growing, the plants that they grow, their conditions, their lifestyle. You know, if you have time to water more often or don't have time to water more often, etc. The main reason I like to use rock, gravel, lava rock, etc. Even hydrotone kind of falls into that category a little bit, but it's because you have a lot of control. You have nothing but control of the media and of the growing conditions. And, you know, keep in mind, it's not the media that grows the plant. It's the grower that grows the plant. It's the person growing it. It's the knowledge that you have and the ability that you have is what makes that plant grow. It's not the media. It's not the moss. It's not the bark. It's not the hydrotone or the type of pot you're in, etc. It's the grower that makes plants grow. So, anyway, with all that being said, let's see what we look like inside here. Got some bark, some moss, some large pieces of perlite, and some styrofoam pieces. The styrofoam, I think, is in there for drainage. It's also in there to take up space so they don't have to use quite so much media. I bet it does help with drainage a little bit, lighten up the pots, etc. But it has pretty good roots, not too bad. You can see there's signs of the original, probably the original plant plug that it was grown in right there. And I'm not going to go around and pick every single piece of this off. I'm just going to get what's loose and what the plant is willing to let go of. I don't believe in tearing up the roots and ripping roots apart. That's one of the other reasons I like to use the inert media. I don't ever have to really repot is because the media is breaking down. I pretty much just have to upgrade, pot up as they call it. When the plant outgrows the pot that it's going to be in, All I need to do is break the pot a little bit and let what rock fall, and put it into another pot. And so far it's worked out really, really well for me. I've had lots of plants over the years that did great in it, and I knew if I started growing orchids again, I was going to go right back to using it again. So anyway, that's what we got. It's not a bad looking plant. I've only had this for a week or two, so I'm not seeing a lot of root growth on it yet, or new shoots, but that'll come. That'll come. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. He wanted to go back inside, or he'll sit there and whine, interrupt the video. He's an old guy. He likes to go back in and lay back down whenever he gets the opportunity. So anyway, I'm going to dispose of the styrofoam where it needs to go, in the trash, and the rest of this can go in a flower bed. You have to forgive me. It's been a while since I've done videos. I'm having to get used to camera work and talking where people can hear me, and slowing down my speech so that I'm not talking too fast, and just making sure that everybody can understand what's going on. I'm not the first person to grow in lava rock or river rock or any of these types of medias. Big growers in Hawaii and other places in the U.S. and outside the U.S. have been using these type of materials for a long time. And again, the reason I like them so much is because I have control. And it's super easy. It's not difficult at all. I got to thank you everybody again for all those wonderful comments. It was so nice to see all these familiar faces and these familiar names, and I guess names more than the faces, but to me, you know, when I see somebody's channel, I kind of put a picture of the face to the name. It was just tremendous to hear from people I haven't heard from in years, and to see that they're still around, and they still have orchids, and they're still doing great. And I thank everybody for going to Paula at Hillbilly Orchids, for going to her channel and helping her out too with her subscriber count. She's a wonderful lady, has a lot of knowledge, truly loves to help people. And you know, one of the best things you can do whenever you're looking at any channel, any orchid channel, is to go down and read the comments and see what see if the person who owns that channel is answering questions and talking to people and giving information and trying to help everybody. I'm not one of those people who just wants to just have the channel and thinks of my orchids as disposable. They do great when I buy them from the store, and then after they start to do poorly, I just toss them and buy a new orchid and you know, blame it on something. But that's just not how I am. I prefer to interact with the people, my subscribers. Absolutely just incredible people. I think that's actually going to work out real well right there. I also wanted to mention, it was a channel that I used to watch years ago, and I checked up on it the other day, and I was shocked to find out that Margaret in the UK, Margaret's Orchids, I think she's changed her channel name, but it was Margaret's Orchids. but she's dealing with cancer. So everybody, could you please, her and Keith, she has a wonderful husband named Keith. They have the most beautiful, beautiful garden, always outdoors. I think I read where they've been married 32 plus years, and she's struggling with cancer treatments, taking a toll on her. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and if you can go to her channel and tell her how much you're praying for her and hoping that she does well. And you know, cancer is a horrible, horrible disease. No matter what type you have, it's a horrible disease. My wife Jan, I think everybody knows here, she's a 2-time cancer survivor. The first time she was diagnosed was over 30 years ago, and she was diagnosed with lymphoma and leukemia at the same time. It was one of the first cases ever in the U.S. She's in a couple of magazine articles actually about her. And then she was 5 years ago, I think coming up on 5 years, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and Jan is now in remission and doing wonderful. No sign of it. She's cancer free. So I know it can be dealt with. I know the good Lord provides and keeps his healing arms on people. Please say prayers for Margaret, and hope that she does well. And that goes for everybody that's struggling with health issues on the channel. Not just with health issues, but daily life issues also. But there's the plant. Looks a little bit better. I think it'll be happy in that. Very, very simple, very easy to do. I love the media, and it's not heavy, but it does give the pot a little bit of a ballast, so it doesn't blow over. Even if the plant starts to get very, very large and good size, it still keeps it weighted down so it doesn't blow over in the wind. It drains very quickly, very fast. So anyway, that's all I'm going to do today. I'm just kind of stepping, like I said before, I'm dipping my toe back into the orchid community a little bit here, slowly, bit by bit by bit. I hope everybody enjoys the video. Again, thank you for all the kind words, the thoughts, the prayers, the comments. I love the comments. I love the questions. I love all the information that people provide. One other thing I would like to add is, if you have an orchid channel and you're a subscriber of mine, please put in the comments down below that I have an orchid channel, and I want everybody to go down and look through the comments and find those people who have orchid channels and go and subscribe to their channels. I think we should support each other. I think we should support each other even if we don't have a channel. But please show some love for those other orchid growers. Everybody's trying to learn, on their own, and it's very difficult going on the internet and looking anything up. And anytime you're on YouTube and you type in orchid growing or how to grow orchids, which is why I started my own channel, it's very difficult to find good information. You have to go through several hundred videos before you can find something that's actually truthful or accurate. A lot of people just have channels, and because of the algorithms of YouTube, they put up channels who are really pushing the commercials and the advertisements and stuff for them. I don't have commercials or advertisement on my channel at this point. Maybe down the road, but not at this point. But please subscribe, hit that like button, and again, have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk soon.